Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Cinderella phenomenon. This is part 2 for me. I'm most likely really talking to myself, aren't I? So, I hope people will join so that this will be fun. I guess that's what I'm hoping. Let me just get everything all set for the stream. There we go. Yes. Cinderella phenomenon. You guys ready to play this? Oh, I kind of wish I could do something with this. There we go. Wait. Alright, Cinderella phenomenon. There we go. Let's continue on where I left off. I didn't save, did I? This is going great. So, I may or may not have not saved. Which is terrible. I think I'm gonna have to start all over. No, I think I have to start all over. Okay, let's start all over then. No, since I already know. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there were 2 crystals. One was the crystalline lucis, protected by the rulers of the fairies. The other was the crystalline tenebrarium, which was watched over by the high leaders of the witches. The lucis was sustained by love, happiness, and joy. The tenebrarium by fear, anger, hatred. The fairies and witches lived in harmony with the humans of the kingdom. They regulated the powers of the crystal in order to maintain balance between darkness and light. For there can be no joy without sadness, no courage without fear. The kingdom was at peace for a time. Then one day, a traveling bard decided to write stories, tales of the magic and wonders of the kingdom. He named these stories fairy tales. In fairy tales, the light always emerged victorious, and true love was the usual reward. The fairy tale spread further than could have been predicted. The humans of the kingdom began to believe that fairy tales were true, and that the magic of the witches was inherently wicked and cruel. The witches became hated and feared. Eventually, they were hunted like animals. The witch hunts. Really, I could never understand that. The witch hunt. The high leader of the witches, in all her anger, created the fairy tale curse. You think we are wicked? So be it. Just as you have taken our happily ever afters, we shall take yours. The witches used the fairy tale curse to attack humans indiscriminately, ultimately throwing the kingdom into chaos and darkness. I mean, that's what they get though. The ruler of the fairies, the Lucis Bearer, sought to regain peace. But the witches were blinded by their hatred for humans, who were responsible for the witch genocide. I mean, understandable. A terrible war, the Great War, began. Eventually, the Tenebrarium Bearer, the high leader of the witches, was finally defeated. The Tenebrarium was lost, peace was restored, and the light once again triumphed. But darkness can never fully disappear. It waits in the shadows, patient for when its time will inevitably return. And we got the name Lucid last time, so. Okay, here we go. My name is Luce Riella Britton, daughter of King Gennaro Britton III. I am the crown prince of the kingdom of Angelo. At least, that was who I used to be. But that was before yesterday, when I became a victim of the infamous fairy tale curse. Everyone has forgotten my birthright. Now, I am nothing more than a lowly peasant. I feel like I am stuck in a nightmare. But no, this is my reality now. I still have no idea what I must do to break the curse. I close my eyes and remember that day. Have you heard? Another person was cursed. Gossip, gossip, gossip. I am on my way to the dining hall for breakfast when I stop and listen to the sound of hushed voices. There are two maids standing next to each other with brooms in hand. These two are slacking off again. That's terrible. What fairy tale curse was it? They say it was Pinocchio. Pinocchio? The fairy tale with the lying boy whose nose grows longer? Cursed lately. You think those wicked witches are up to something again? I thought the fairy tale curses would stop after you-know-who was defeated. Voldemort, you mean? You two were hired to work, not to talk. Where? Sorry, Your Highness. As can only be expected from the likes of them. I mean, rude much? Another fairy tale curse. The fairy tale curse started spreading even before the Great War began. I do not have much interest in its effects, even now. After all, most humans probably deserve to get cursed. The victims are weak. Well, like I said in the last video that I made, that's the pot calling the kettle black. Angelique would be better off without the dead weight, and that's how you turn into how you were.
If it were up to Mother, the cursed would the curse would have been banished from Angelique the instant they fell prey to it. But Mother is not here anymore,
I mean, good riddance.
and she will not come back. Ever. Princess, the king and queen are waiting in the dining hall. I am on my way. The king, Ophelia, and Rod all present in the dining hall. Okay. Someone is conspicuously missing, but I ignore their absence.
Good morning, Lucette.
Good morning, Your Majesty. Good morning, Lucette.
Lucette.
Ophelia. Ophelia Woodensall. Every day I wonder why my father, the king, married a lowly baker.
I like bread though, so I wouldn't have mine.
She could never be a true queen, for she pales in comparison to my mother. I take my seat next to the king, then look up at the person sitting opposite of me. You little bunny on the shoulder. Ron Bennett Woodensall, my stepbrother, is bored and quiet as usual.
I'm going to absolutely destroy these names.
He is 2 years my junior and is the younger of Ophelia's children. He is mute and uses a plush bunny to voice his thoughts. It was apparently given to him by a fairy.
It's so adorable.
He minds his own business and is easy to deal with. But his older sister... My eyes go to the empty seat beside me. She is probably the most infuriating person I have ever had the displeasure of knowing. I'm so sorry I'm late. I was reading and forgot the time. And I apparently can't read for crap. And here she is. Good morning, my dear father, mother. Good morning, Rod. Good morning to you too, Lucette. It's a beautiful morning, isn't it? Emmeline Woodensall, Rod's elder sister and my stepsister. She acts as if we are blood, as if she too were born a princess. As if she could be a crown princess, perhaps steal my place.
What happened to the ground beef?
Lots of interruptions.
I will never let that happen.
I mean, I seriously doubt that's what she wants. But sure, we'll go with that. Now that everyone is here, let us begin. My voice does not sound like a guy's voice at all. Whatever.
Butlers glide inside with silver trays to carefully serve us breakfast. So I'm Elaine. You were reading the fairy tale books that the king brought you. Oh yes, there are so many and they are all so wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Oh, wait. Thank you so much, Father. I'm sorry, I had a lapse of language there. Sound or whatever. I should really stop talking, shouldn't I?
I am happy that you like them.
I love them. It's so strange that the library didn't have any of them to begin with. That is because Mother hated them. She had all the books burned.
The poor books.
But why? They are such charming stories. Fairy tales mislead humans into believing they can have things they do not deserve.
I mean, everyone deserves everything. Okay.
Fame, riches, love, happily ever afters.
Everyone deserves those things, though. Especially love.
And when their wishes do not come to fruition exactly as they want them to, the humans blame the witches for granting them in the first place.
I mean, she's not wrong, but what are you implying about the witches you sent? The atmosphere shifts. The air in the room growing heavy.
I continue to eat. Perhaps witches are not responsible for the evil in this world. Perhaps humans are the cause of their own downfall.
I mean, I agree to that. Have you any idea what you are talking about, child? Witches have caused nothing but pain and suffering to this kingdom. Even now, they still spread the fairy tale curse to our innocent subjects.
The truth is,
I know very little about the time the witches had free reign over Andalusia. Oh wait.
I was very young then, and Mother forbade me to leave the palace, sometimes even my room. I know nothing of the people's supposed pain and suffering. Mother kept me away from everyone, and so I cannot bring myself to care. How do you know the cursed are innocent?
Our people have been toiling day and night to rebuild Angeli after the Great War. Our people are the kingdom's foundation, and I am endlessly grateful for their determination and resolve. Every day I wonder what your mother taught you about.
Leave Mother out of this. Dear, please. Lucette.
Oh, I totally skipped that.
I am not one of your children, Ophelia. I do not need your sympathy.
Lucette, you will show your mother respect.
She is not my mother. I set down my fork and knife and stand up. I am done. Excuse me. My father and I have never got on, but our relationship has significantly worsened since he married the baker. My father, the king. It has been 17 years and I have never felt any love from him. He treats Emmeline and Rod, who only entered our lives 1 year ago, like his own children. Better than he has ever treated me. This has been my life ever since Mother passed away 4 years ago. Mother was the only one that was there for me when no one else was. If it wasn't for the accident during the Great War, she would still be here.
Why this sour face so early in the morning, Princess? Let me guess. It's the king, the queen, or Princess Emmeline? Or is it all of them? I say it's mostly the king, honestly.
I ignore his question. Fritz, what are you doing here so early?
I'm running some errands for my father.
Fitzgerald Aidan Leverton, son of the highest knight of the Order of Caldera. His father, Sir Alcaster, has served the royal family for many years. Sir Alcaster is one of the king's most trusted advisors. 3 years ago, Fritz was assigned the honor of becoming my personal knight. His presence is the only company I can tolerate nowadays. You should wait in the throne room then.
Thank you. Princess?
Yes?
You know, I haven't seen you smile once since I met you.
Why is that of any importance?
Still, I do hope to see you smile one day, Princess. Well, I won't take up more of your time. I'll see you at 10.
10?
Don't tell me you've forgotten.
Forgotten what? Forgotten what?
You're going to town today, remember?
I deflate as the realization dawns upon me. It has been 2 days since the king issued the order.
Lucette, I would like you to accompany Emmeline on one of her town trips.
Surely you could send maids with her instead.
I would not have requested you to accompany her if I was going to send her with her maids. I want you to make an effort to get along with your sister.
Step-sister.
She is your sister, and you will treat her and Rod as if they were of your own blood. That's... Take it slow, man. She needs slowness. She just... the poor girl. 2 days from now, you are going to accompany Emmeline outside. It has been 4 years since you last left the palace. Ever since then, you have locked yourself away. You barely leave your room. Angeli was in the grip of war back then, but now the kingdom is safe and back to its former glory. I want you to see how beautiful Angeline really is. Lucette, a princess must know her kingdom. Go with Emmeline, and she will show you the town that you only ever see through your windows. I understand the fact of wanting to kick her out of the house, well, the palace, so that she could learn about her people. And you could have probably sent her out over that pretense alone instead of saying you need to get well acquainted with your sister, instead of saying, listen, go out, learn the palace, learn your people, and secretly inside I'm gonna hope that you get closer to your stepsister, so much that you guys actually become sisters. Like, he's pushing this relationship too much.
Is that an order?
If it needs to be. Are we clear? Lucette,
understood. The last time I left the palace was 4 years ago, when the king took me with him to check on the people after the Great War had ended. I shake my head, removing myself from the memory. I am safe here.
Princess, are you alright? It won't be that bad. The townsfolk are good people.
How can you be so sure?
Times have changed. People change.
That is precisely the problem. Mother never changed. Mother loved me until the end.
Sometimes change is for the better, Princess. I think you'll see that today. If you'll excuse me, I shall see you later.
Delora, do you think witches are capable of bringing back the dead? I wish you could talk to me, you and the others. My dolls are my only friends. They are the only ones I can trust. The moment I saw Delora, I knew she was special. She was different, so elegant and realistic, it was almost as if she was breathing. She was a gift from the king on my 17th birthday. I only started receiving dolls from him when Mother passed away. Mother does not believe in birthday celebrations. But every year at midnight, a letter would appear under my door. It would contain instructions leading me through the palace on an adventure to a room filled with gifts, cakes, and sweets. A child's dream. I'd been fascinated by the dolls, which had always held a little greeting card. A card with the words, "I love you," on it, signed by M. The card would tell me to keep those celebrations a special secret, but I didn't need to be told that. Mother always found a way to show me she still cared. In her own way. The secret celebrations had stopped as soon as she had disappeared. Yes? Excuse me, Your Highness. The king has requested your presence. This better not be another lecture. Tell him I am on my way. I will see you later, Delora.
Oh. Good morning, Your Highness.
Sir Mithros? Sir Mithros, the royal advisor. Father entrusts him a great deal, just like he does Sir Alcaster.
Every day, you look more and more like your mother. Creep alert.
I sometimes find Sir Mithros talking to Mother's portrait when he thinks no one is looking. He must have admired her a lot, but I cannot bring myself to think highly of him. There's something about him that puts me on edge.
Till our next meeting, dear princess.
Your Majesty?
Lucette, are you ready? You will enjoy this, Lucette. I have heard the toy shop has lovely dolls. This will be good for you. You will get to know your sister better, and you will be able to interact with and learn about the people of Angeli, both subjects.
I will not learn anything I do not already know.
But you always believe that the people around you are incapable of good.
Because I have seen how quickly people will betray and manipulate each other to get what they want. Mother warned me about human nature.
You do not see clearly, Lucette. If you would only open your eyes, you would be able to see how good people really are.
I believe I am already quite capable of seeing the true nature of people. After all, I have seen that there is no good in you.
Damn. Lucette,
Where were you when I needed you 4 years ago? Where have you been ever since? Back then, I'd been overflowing with grief and pain. I just lost Mother, my entire world. I'd hoped that maybe then he would have shown me love and compassion. Even just a hug to let me know someone was there. It had been a childish hope. I had been left alone. I did not see him for months, had barely even heard his voice. You cannot rely on anyone but yourself. You cannot trust anyone but yourself. This is what you have taught me, Your Majesty.
I know that I've hurt you. I know that there is nothing I can do to atone for what I did. But please, Ophelia and her children are not a part of that. They do not deserve to be hated.
In the end, they still matter more to him than I ever did.
Lucette,
Enough. I have already said I will go.
everyone is wet. It will be okay.
How can you be so sure?
Thank you for agreeing to accompany Emmeline.
I will not disobey an order from the king.
You screwed up big time, man, and you're still screwing up. Dude!
Excuse me. Hello, how can I help?
I already forgot Emmeline's voice.
Eureka! Emmeline! Princess Emmeline. How good to see you. I drew Emmeline, ignoring her as she embraces her friend. I glanced around the small shop. The dolls displayed are nowhere near the quality of the ones in my room. I cannot understand why Emmeline insisted she buy gifts for her friends here. I cannot believe I am outside the palace.
There's no need to be so tense, princess. I would never let anything happen to you. Your only job is to relax and enjoy yourself.
You ask the impossible of me. There is no need to be formal, Eureka. I'm still the same as I was. Oh yes, Rod's come along as well.
What kind of voice should I make with Rod? Well, he's speaking through a bunny.
It's been a while, Veronica. It's good to see you again too, Rod. And I must introduce you to Her Highness, the Crown Princess, Lucette.
The look on Veronica's face as she takes a step back from me is all too familiar. Fear.
My apologies for being so rude. Your Highness, good morning. And this is Sir Fitzgerald, Sir Alacaster's son.
It is a pleasure to meet you, my lady.
Oh, you're Sir Fitzgerald. You really are as handsome as Emmeline described in her letters.
I'm going totally Western with this. Why? I'm sorry?
Please don't mind her, Sir Fitzgerald. I'm sorry, Emmeline.
Right.
So, what brings you all the way here? Oh, I'm here to get some toys. Gifts for some new friends. Toys? From here? Are you sure? Of course I am.
I cross my arms. I would prefer we finish this errand as quickly as possible.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry, Your Highness.
She didn't want to be out here in the first place. I would have actually done the same thing. Oh man. Princess. I can barely breathe in here. I just want to go back to the palace. Boy alert, boy alert, boy alert, boy alert, pretty boy alert.
Good morning.
The only one that's not surprised is Rod.
Up until this point, I had always considered Mother to be the fairest beauty in the land. The lady that walks in does me wrong. Her beauty is mesmerizing and clearly without peer. Everyone in the shop is openly staring. Oh, you're early today, ma'am. I have some important errands to run later today. Are the items ready now? Oh, of course. Let me go and fetch them for you. I'll just be one moment. Emmeline? I'll just be a moment, Emmeline.
Hi, how do you do?
Why is she staring? She's smiling at me. There you are, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Ah, that lady was beautiful. Right? And girl sitting next to her becomes hopelessly ugly by comparison.
I mean, I feel like all the girls that I've seen so far are freaking beautiful, so.
Who is she? She's new around town. Some say that she's a fairy. A fairy? Fairies had saved Vangelis from the witches 4 years ago. Everyone considered them our saviors. And yet, the fairies are still unable to stop the fairy tale curse from spreading. There you go. Thank you so much. No, thank you, Viorica. I hope to drop by again soon. Good. I look forward to seeing you again. I hope to see you again as well, Rod. Likewise. Leaving the palace was a bad idea. While I am out, I am the center of attention. Some townsfolk point and stare at me. Most, however, make a point of avoiding me, like I am the plague. There are some spiteful stares, but thankfully, none are nearly as intense as they were 4 years ago. I'm sure the townsfolk are only surprised to see you again after so many years. Right. Fritz and Roy lag behind us, which leaves only Emmeline walking beside me. I cannot decide which is worse, the staring or her company.
I mean, jeez. You hate her that much?
Oh, Lucette, look! A street performance. It's been so long since I last watched one.
Street performance? Beautiful red eyes. Good day, everyone. My name is Waltz, and I'm here to spread some happiness and magic.
The boy named Waltz snapped his fingers, and colorful flowers petals started to rain down from the sky. Isn't that pretty, Lucette?
And are those the princesses over there? It is an honor to have you in attendance. Please accept this humble gift.
He snaps his fingers, and white lilies appear in his hand. Oh, thank you. The boy looks at me, as if expecting some kind of reaction. When he gets nothing from me, he sighs and gives me a wry smile.
I hope to see you again during my next show.
We'll definitely try. He gracefully bows before moving back into his area to perform more magic tricks for a gathering crowd. There are performances like this all around Angelie. I love them. Someday, maybe we'll get to see some musicians too. Those are my favorite.
I do not intend to leave the palace again.
Like it out here? Ron and I grew up here. I love Angelie, and this is my favorite part of the kingdom. I wanted to share this with you, Lucette. I know you didn't really want to come out, but you still tagged along. That means a lot to me, so thank you.
I did not do this for you.
I am only here because the king ordered me to go with you. I just want us to be closer, Lucette. I would like to try and be your friend. I do not want or need your friendship. No matter how you act around me, we are not, and will never be, sisters. I take care to remember that if I were you. But Rod suddenly grasped my hand, pulling me away from Elaine. Stop! He is staring daggers at me. I think this is the first time I've ever seen him angry. Rod, don't. Let me go. Both of you ought to stay away from me. I feel the heavy atmosphere as I turn to look at the people staring at us. Their expressions mirror the looks of disdain I saw years ago. Anger, disgust, hatred. I began to walk away. Princess, wait! Don't follow me. Princess. I adjust my cloak, making sure my face is hidden from view. I never should have left the palace. As I walk around, I watch the people bumbling down the streets. So carefree. They work so hard for so little reward. They could work their entire lives and never have a fraction of what I have. And yet, they are happy. And I heard a niece lost her job at the palace. It's true. Crown Princess Lucette made sure the poor girl was fired. I stopped in my tracks at the mention of my name. Not again. Anise? Was that the name of that one maid that tore Dolores' dress? If so, my decision to fire her was justified. A palace maid cannot be clumsy. Why should I tolerate poor performance? I mean, you should also not have fired her for something so stupidly small. What did I do that was so wrong? I mean, really, around these times, people depended on their jobs. Like, I'm not saying in modern times people don't depend on their jobs, but people freaking depends on their jobs in these times, especially women, because at the time, most women didn't have enough power to work certain jobs. Like, they needed everything they could get to feed their families and even feed themselves, keep themselves off the street, make sure they don't die in the cold and stuff like that. And of course, someone who grew up inside of a palace and was like forever privileged wouldn't understand that. But I do feel bad for Lucette as well, because how everything's happening to her and how her family or herself is dealing with it is absolutely terrible. I know that Anise, hard-working and big-hearted, very good with medicine. Keep going to the southern. I couldn't remember the voice I gave her. You know how hard the crown princess is to please. My friend at the palace says she doesn't even smile, only goes around with that cold look on her face. Why they call her the Ice Princess. I heard the servants saying that. always suspected they were talking about me. She's the complete opposite of our Princess Emmeline. That child's an angel. We all know she should be crowned princess. Annoyance begins to simmer inside me. I cannot stand hearing anymore, so I walk away. Ever since Emmeline entered my life, I am always being compared to her. And now, I have become second best. I am Lucette Riella Britain, daughter of King Gennaro Britain III and the Crown Princess of the Kingdom of Angel. I am of royal blood. She is nothing.
There you are. Princess, you must come back with me. It's getting too late for you to remain outside. Princess? Are you alright? Are you hurt?
I brush him off and turn away. No need to fuss. Let us return to the palace. Leaving the palace was physically and mentally draining. My bed is welcoming to my unusual heavy body. I turn my head and meet Dolores' glassy gaze from where she sits on my shelf. I left the palace today, Delora. It was the same as all those years ago. Everyone looked at me like I was. What have I ever done to deserve those looks? How can I be so hated? Ice Princess. I wish Mother was here. I look at the smiling faces of my dolls. At least I still have all of you. I yawn and stretch my arms. Good night, Delora.
And here's the bullcrappery.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder what you are. Singing for whom? Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. I blink, my eyes open. I want to see Dolores sitting right in front of me on my bed. Moonlight spills across her delicate features. How I wonder what you are.
Isn't she on the shelf with all the other dolls when I went to bed? Girl, I think the part that you should be taking in is not the fact that she's on your bed, it's the fact that she is talking.
Duh. Laura. It's almost time. I pinch my cheeks to make sure I am not dreaming. It hurts. Only 10 minutes before the clock strikes 12.
Hi, Miss Witch.
I hope you're ready, princess. What? My doll just turned into a human. How? Who are you? You know who I am. I've been watching you since the day your father gave me to you. What is happening? I don't think I have ever been so confused in my life. All the answers will come with time. But right now, I am here to give you something, princess.
Cinderella.
Is this Cinderella's very own glass slipper? It is beautiful, too beautiful. Then a realization begins to dawn upon me. You're a witch. You're slow. Smart girl. I knew you'd figure that out eventually. Now, it's time to say goodbye to your precious crown. What? Sweet dreams. Cinderella.
Alright, and now we're back to where I left off.
Whew.
Okay.
Hey, wake up, girl. Huh?
Where am I?
Ow. My head. You have some nerve slipping in front of my shop. Leave before a customer sees you. Huh? I was in my room. How am I here? Did you not hear what I said, you filthy child? Filthy? You would speak to your crown princess in such a manner? If you're the crown princess, then I'm the queen. You must have been knocked on the head quite hard to have such grand illusions. I am not delusional. I am Cinderella Britain, blood daughter of King General Britain III, and the crown princess of Angelie. Right, thinking you never had a daughter with that witch. Is she referring to mother? Witch? Don't pretend to be stupid, girl. I can only stare at her, puzzled. Our good king, only has stepchildren, Princess Emmeline and Prince Rod. And you are most definitely neither of them. What? Now get gone before you go spouting your crazy gibberish at my customers and scare them away. With a huff, she leaves me to my own rapidly turning thoughts. I quickly realize that I am wearing tattered clothes and that I do not even have shoes on. No. No. This cannot be happening. Something shines against my chest, and I reach up to grab it. It all floods back. Dolores being a witch. Cinderella's glass slipper. This is not a dream. Dolores gave me the fairytale curse. My hands began to tremble. I must return to the palace to speak with the king. Let me in.
Sorry, girl, but this place is off limits to uninvited guests.
You do not understand. I am Crown Princess Cinderella Britain. I must speak with my father. As loath as I am to call him that, I have to. No one will believe me if I am addressing him by title. You best leave now, nice and quiet, before we have to force you. If you would only
make way for the king.
The gates swing open and 3 horses trot out. Soldiers ride 2 of the horses, while the last horse has a different familiar rider. Father! I immediately moved to block the path of his horse. The soldiers moved to hold me back. Your Majesty!
What is this? Your Majesty, this girl is claimed to be your daughter. Daughter? Both of my stepchildren are in the palace right now.
But even Father's is a part of it? Wait, what? Even Father is a part of this? Father, you must help me. A witch has cursed me. For once in your life, just once, help me. You must believe me.
Tell me, where is your family, child? Why are you all alone?
He looks at me with pity in his eyes. He is looking at me more kindly as a peasant than he ever did when I was the crown princess and his daughter. I recoil.
You must be hungry. Take this. This should feed you and your family for a day or 2. The kingdom offers work opportunities to those who need them. Please let your parents know.
I do not want your pity, Father.
Please escort this girl back to her home. Make sure she gets there safely. At once, Your Majesty.
I watch as my father and his 2 guards ride away on their horses, leaving me standing in their dust. He left me alone. Again.
Where is your home, girl?
There's nowhere left for me to go. Father has forgotten me. Leave me.
Now look here, our orders were to leave me alone. Suit yourself. Can't say we didn't try. Don't cause any more scenes, little girl.
I watch with blurry eyes as the soldiers return to the palace. How can this be happening? I stare at the small pouch in my hands. I do not know what hurts more. The fact that I have just been unceremoniously paraded away from my home like I am nothing more than a piece of garbage. Or the fact that my own father does not recognize me. Oh, look at that girl in that hideous dress. How difficult it must be to be poor. I clutch the pouch closer to my chest. As I run to I squeeze my eyes shut, hoping that when I next open them, everything will be back to normal. A dream? No matter what happens, you must not leave the palace. Why? The world is cruel. People will only ever hurt you. But they are always so nice to me. That is only because you are the crown princess. They will only ever think of what they can take from you. I am trying to protect you, my love. That is why you must never leave the palace. Never leave Mother.
Dang, freaking Gothel.
I am the only one who will ever love you so much.
Freaking brainwashing her. This is literally Rapunzel and Gothel.
Do you understand? I understand.
Chapter 1. The Margin?
When I open my eyes, I am still on the streets. I must have fallen asleep. The nightmare continues. I am cold in my rags. I hold myself for warmth, willing some of the cold away, but fail. My feet are numb and in pain, caked in the dirt that I have gathered from walking barefoot around town. Well, there's a frightful sight. Becca probably thought she could try her luck with the nobility that live around here. Ah, just look at how ragged she looks. What are you looking at? At two women that lack the basic manners of noble upbringing. Silence, girl! Do you know who you're talking to? No, and I don't care. What's nerve? Let's just go. There's no reason to stoop to a commoner's level. I will remember you, and once I break this curse, I will make you regret your words. I became acutely aware of the fact that I have not eaten anything for almost a day. I have been sitting here, thinking on the new mess that is my life. But moping around will not break my curse. Crying will not help either. I should find that witch first. But how? I have no idea where she is. Delora. I swear I will make you regret doing this to me. When I find you, I will find food first. Is this all the king thinks I am worth?
Leave, girl. A dirty peasant like you has no place in this restaurant.
But why? I can pay.
Find another place. You're scaring away my customers.
Am I not a customer?
Shoo! There's nothing for you here.
You just wanted me away like a fly.
The nerve.
Sensing that this will get me nowhere, I ball my hands into fists and walk away. I get the same treatment at the next 3 restaurants I try. I am treated as something less than dirt, like my money has no real value. I am the crown princess. They have no right to turn me away like this. I have been eating stale bread, anything to keep the hunger at bay. The bread barely helps. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice a small bakery. There are croissants on display that make my mouth water. Slowly, I begin to make my way over there. Ow! My feet ache with every step. They look and feel even worse than before. If only I had enough coins for a pair of shoes. The food is more important. The rags that I am wearing and the pouch of money are all that I have, that I need to prioritize. And I will die before I beg. 2 croissants. You'll need to pay, girl. There are no free hands out here. I take a coin from my pouch and hand it to her. This should be more than enough. The shop owner stares at the coin before reluctantly taking it. She hands me 2 croissants in a paper bag. I will not ask where you got those coins. Are you implying that I stole them? How else would a beggar like you get that amount of coin? Now be off with you, child. I won't have you scaring away any more other customers. Without another word, I turn and start to walk away from the woman. So this is the business of the people of Angelie. I take a bite out of one of the croissants, cringing a little at the dryness.
Hey, girl.
What now?
We saw you at that shop. Want to share how you got your coins there?
Excuse me.
Look at her, brushing us off like she's royalty or something. Oh, well, actually, technically she is, but yeah.
Let me go.
You ain't no better than us. Now be a good girl and hand over that pouch.
The man on my left grabs at my pouch and attempts to yank it away from me. I will not let these brutes take anything from me. I elbow the man in the stomach, then aim a kick at the other man's shin. I have an opening, and I take it.
Run, girl, run!
What? I pull myself free and begin to run as fast as I can.
Do not stop.
Hey! Where do I go? I am not familiar with the streets at all.
Ah, it's like you should have been out more.
It's highly likely I'm just going to hit a dead end. Oh shit, no, wait. Where do I go? Where should I go? Yes, about that. Why are you consulting me? Left. Lucky number left. I mean, lucky whatever. Lucky left. I cannot let the pain in my feet or exhaustion stop me. If I stop now, they will definitely catch me. And taking my coins might not be the worst thing they do. A dead end.
No! The left was a dead end.
Now we're left around, girlie. What do I do?
Oh, who are you, gentlemen? This is definitely not how you treat a lady.
Huh?
Who's there?
A shadow looms above us.
Oh! Safety!
Before I can blink, a person has jumped down in front of me. His body acts as a barrier between the two men and me.
Hey! I love the smile.
Who are you?
Oh, me? Just a passing gentleman concerned about a damsel in distress.
He turns to the men, his expression calm, his eyes flashing dangerously.
Now, shall I teach you gentlemen a lesson? He's got a sword! Sorry, my mind just went straight to, like, freaking Aladdin when Abu takes out a sword and freaking all of them. She's like, he's got a sword, and then the captain's just like, you idiots, we all got swords. Okay. Shh. What? Come back here, you coward! The two of us can take him. Yeah, sure, truly, yeah, definitely. Sure. I agree with the first man. Run. I think your friend has the right idea. I'm not the type to show mercy. This is way too much trouble for a little gold. It's more than just a little gold. You're right, my lady. You found her. I hope. You found her.
The boy from yesterday.
A little slow, aren't you, kid? Don't call me that.
These two know each other. I don't even know what's going on anymore. I feel ill. My head is pounding, my feet feel simultaneously like they are frozen and on fire. My stomach rumbles, a hunger coming back with vengeance. My body feels light.
Princess?
Princess! Lady Parfait will be able to help her.
You're right. Wait, you're right. We need to move her now before anyone else sees us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made the right choice. Lucky left. The crystal in the upper right corner indicates that you have made the right choice for a particular love interest. Each color corresponds to a certain love interest. They also appear belatedly after you make a choice, so keep your eyes and ears open. Okay. Interesting. So, for this dude, right?
Hang in there, princess. Everything is fading. A dream? What is that in your hands, Lucette? It was hurt. I just wanted to help it, but it died. It's all my fault. It is not your fault, my love. It died because it was weak. But this is the world, Lucette. Only the strong survive. The weak gets cast aside to die.
What are you teaching your daughter?
You are not weak. You are strong, my crown princess. And you do not cry. Now wipe your tears. I don't want to see you cry again. Do you understand? Yes. Now get rid of that thing and wash your hands. Did you not hear me, child? Yes, Mother.
Damn, poor Lucette. What the fudge? Oof, oof, oof. Like, literally, what are you teaching your child? Okay. We're somewhere new.
Oh, you're awake.
Look, so beautiful eyes. Amber eyes.
Where am I? Well, this isn't my room. My hand flies to my chest, with a little glass slipper hangs from my neck. Still here. Are you okay, miss? This girl is the maid that tore Dolores' dress. The one I fired for her clumsiness. Miss? To think that I would meet her again here, like this. Leave me alone. Right, of course. Here's some salve I made for you. It will help with the pain. Now what? Haven't thought at all. Haven't thought at all, have you, Ice Princess? You. Suddenly, there she is. Dolores stands before me with a snide smile, looking happy with herself. She is the cause of everything I have been through. All the pain, heartache, and hunger. It is her fault. I tried to stand, thinking to give the witch a piece of my mind, but as soon as my feet touch the floor, paint shoots up my legs. I end up falling back to the bed. Ow! You should be more grateful to the girl you just scared away. She's been taking care of you for the past 2 days. 2 days? I've been passed out for 2 days? I'm suddenly vibrating with anger. Remove the curse. Now. Do you think you can just command me to remove the curse in your best princess voice? What do you want? What do you want? Gold? What I want is worth more than all the gold you could summon in Angelique, princess. Besides, haven't you read your fairy tales? The caster cannot take a curse back. You need to focus on breaking the curse yourself if you want your life back. Mother burned those books before I could read more than one or two of them. I do not think either involved curses, just genies and training away your voice for legs.
That was Aladdin and Little Mermaid.
Oh, whoa, she's so pretty.
She looks like she hasn't slept in days. She's so pretty.
Ah, it's good that you are awake, princess. Parfait, should you really be up and about? Don't fuss. I'm feeling much better. Are you a witch as well? Oh no, my name is Parfait, and I am a fairy. A witch and a fairy in one room, being friendly with one another? Impossible. Oh, look at her face. You weren't expecting that at all, were you, princess?
I know this isn't fitting her at all.
What is going on? I'm sure you have many questions, princess. How do you know I am the princess? Don't be silly. She's a fairy. Of course she knows. I promise we'll do our best to answer your questions. I don't even know where to start.
Oh gosh, I have choices. What would you like to know? Let's see.
What would you like to know?
Why was I cursed? How do I break the curse? What happens if I don't break the curse? Why are you two working together? Yeah, I guess that's a more interesting question.
To answer that, we'll have to give you a bit of a history lesson. Oh, I've got this. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there were two crystals. Dramatic aside, there is one crystal in the kingdom called the Crystallum Lucis. It is powered by happiness and love. The other is the Crystallum Tenebrarium, powered by fear and anger. The strongest of the witches is the Tenebrarium bearer. The strongest of the fairies is the Lucis bearer.
Oh, I see. You two are the strongest of each race, huh?
Parfait is a Lucis bearer. I take in Parfait's frail and sickly appearance. She is the strongest fairy?
I mean, you were supposed to be a strong princess and now you're down the dumps, so do you really want to judge by appearance?
The Great War greatly damaged me. My powers are a fraction of what they used to be. And with no child, I have no successor to my burden. What does a bearer do? The bearer regulates.
I don't like her voice that I'm giving her.
The bearer regulates the energy of the crystal and keep the balance between darkness and light. For centuries, the fairies and witches lived in harmony with the humans of the kingdom. Until a certain human decided to be a pest. Who was he? I knew him as Hans Gabriel Grimm. He wrote the fairy tales. And he started the feud between the witches and the fairies in the process. How could a single person have so much power?
Well, knowledge is power, but also imagination and creation. So, words have power, man.
It was the power of his words. In grim stories, the witches were always evil.
Grimm's fairy tales.
The humans naturally grew to fear and hate them. They began to hunt them. Didn't the witches fight back?
We weren't allowed to use our powers to cause harm. But that all changed when the Tenebrarium bearer decided revenge was more important than our promise.
The witches took over the kingdom. They created the fairy tale curse to spread even more sadness and anger, to fill the human heart with negative emotions, and to fuel the power of the Tenebrarium. The delicate balance of harmony between the crystals was broken. The witches in the Tenebrarium grew far stronger than they were ever meant to be. They had no choice but to fight. But then the Great War happened. The Tenebrarium bearer was eventually defeated. The Great War was ended with the help of an unexpected ally, but many lives were lost. The good witches suffered horribly. We still have to stay hidden in the hopes of having any kind of peace. Are you trying to make me believe that there are good witches?
I mean, you said it yourself, man.
The Tenebrarium can poison heart and mind into darkness and cruelty. The witches put themselves at risk in working with the Tenebrarium and maintaining harmony.
Oh, sorry, did you say that?
Some inevitably are corrupted. Many good witches were corrupted during the war. Most remained that way. Many do not believe it, but witches can be just as kind as fairies. And yet, it wasn't a fairy that cursed me.
I've done good by cursing you, princess. You'll thank me when you've broken it.
Delora was not corrupted by the Tenebrarium. She is as good as they come. Hopefully, you'll come to see that for yourself.
I doubt it.
Apart from my own inherent goodness, Parfait and I are working together because we have the common goal. Which is to restore the balance between darkness and light.
Oh gosh, that was literally all the... Yeah, what happens if I don't break the curse? Why was I cursed? How do I break the curse? Like, I can only guess that you stay in this life forever. Why was I cursed?
Seriously? You're really going to ask that? I wouldn't have asked if I knew the answer. You have such a temper on you. Very well, this one's got a simple answer. It's because you're a cold-hearted, cruel, wicked princess who deserves to be punished. Delora, a curse is the only way to force you to change your horrid ways. Delora, you could have put that more nicely.
Once and honest, I like her.
I'm pretty sure I was already being nice.
Damn.
Change? Why do I need to change? Are you completely unaware of how heartless you are to other people? The coldness you show to your step-family and your father. The way you treat Princess Emmeline. Why would they need to be treated any differently? You need to prove that you have some goodness in you, princess. Some smidgen of kindness. Why? People only show you kindness when they want something from you. The instant they get what they want, they'll just throw you away.
Aw. What happens if I don't break the curse? Okay.
I think you know the answer to that one already, Princess. The necklace you got is one of Cinderella's glass slippers. To break the curse, you must get the second slipper. Complete the pair. And how do I do that? By doing 3 good deeds. What? It's a very easy thing to do. At least for someone who knows how to be good. 3 good deeds. What does that even mean? I won't even know where to start.
I mean, it could be something as small as picking somebody's handkerchief that fell off the ground, like, and giving it to them, or even if someone's having trouble buying something, you could be like, hey, I have some money here, let me help you buy it. Or even you see someone who's hungry and you're just all like, hey, hold up, let me go get you some food and give it to you. Or, hey, here's some money for food, go get some. Like, simple stuff like that. Like, it doesn't have to be anything major. Unless it literally calls for something major. Like, nothing as major as, you're about to die, I will sacrifice my life for you. Like, not that major kind of thing. But, like, if you do see someone dying on the ground, you can be like, hey, hold up, I'm gonna save you. Let me take you somewhere place that I know, and let me get somebody to try to help you. Like, something like that. I feel so bad for her, though. Oh, man.
Take heart, Princess. Goodness is innate in everyone. Are you sure that's the case with this one? Delora, you are not helping.
I love Dolores so far.
I'm a witch, and I think I have more goodness in my big toe than she has in her entire body. Now you're just being mean. For every good deed you accomplish, you will get a piece of the glass slipper. When you've gotten all 3, you'll complete the pair and the curse will break. Simple. I suggest you start by polishing that attitude of yours. 3 good deeds, and I get my life back. Easier said than done.
It's literally super easy. Or am I just like a generous person or something? Like, it's not that hard. The concept is not that hard. But then I understand that she herself grew up so toxically thanks to her mother, and then it didn't help with her father and her step siblings coming in. I understand that. Her mother literally corrupted the hell out of her, and I know my name's for corrupted tonic, but jeez. I'm mostly for like the corruption of good to become evil because it's like it's fun that way. Or like the corruption of destroying stuff corruption, or like something like that. Not the corruption of an innocent child. Like, children should remain innocent until it is time for them to not really diss the innocent, but learn more of the world. And that could like be throughout their lives at any point in time, of their child or anything. They can learn it early on or they can learn it like way later. But it's the main fact that they should remain innocent. Even if they have some type of darkness inside of them that someone put there, or or they feel like the world is no good because of what they've been through, they should still have someone to remind them, hey, you're still a child. Stay innocent. It's okay. Like, ugh. Yeah.
You said Cinderella, didn't you? Did she just go to a ball and find a prince? What does doing good have to do with that?
Well, okay.
Going to a ball, finding a prince. It's all so old-fashioned. No fun in that. Cinderella is a girl with a pure heart. She's always willing to help others, even when they are cruel to her. Anyway, I have brought some clothes for you. I'll leave them on the table. We'll be waiting outside. There are some people I'd like you to meet. I cannot believe this. I look down at my neatly bandaged feet. I have to admit that while sore, they are nowhere near as painful as they had been 2 days before. Here's some salve I made for you. It'll help with the pain. Would she even care? I was the reason she lost her job at the palace. Oh, she probably doesn't remember me as the princess. But still, she has no reason to do such things for me. I ignore the salve for the time being and gingerly stand up, testing my feet for pain. The injury is definitely healing. I slowly walk over to the table and change into the clothes that I had been left there. The dress is nowhere near as luxurious as the ones that I wear in the palace, but still, it is far improved from my rags. All my life, I've never had to lift a finger, and now, I will not let them see how much they have rattled me. I've refused to break. Just watch me. I will free myself from this curse.
Maybe this curse is a blessing in disguise.
What is this place? There are several people in the room chatting mildly with each other. I noticed the girl that had left me the salve by the counter, serving drinks. But as soon as the people in the room notice me, the room falls into immediate silence. Well, look at what we have here. The Ice Princess herself. Huh? You know who I am? I didn't think it was true.
Curse for her cold-heartedness.
As to be expected. You remember who I am, and yet you still treat me like this. Well, you aren't really a princess anymore, are you? You're one of us now, girl. Everyone, please. You shouldn't be treating a newcomer like this. Princess, let me apologize. They mean no offense. I cannot believe that. Not when the people Parfait is referring to simply smirk and shrug as I meet their gaze. What is this place? Welcome Welcome to the Merchant Tavern, a home for those with the fairy tale curse. And make it sound like some kind of holiday house. Don't ruin my moment, Delora. Merchant Tavern. The Merchant was built 3 years ago, when the number of curses in Angelique continued to rise. The goal is to gather those affected so they might help each other break their curse. Of course, I am also here to provide help as necessary. Only the cursed and those allied with our cause can stay. Yay, food! Okay, I don't think I should start eating yet. I have been pretty darn hungry though. The evil and wicked can never find this place. Most of the people here are cursed. How come these people remember who I am? The cursed are not affected by the conditions of someone else's curse. Their condition is simple. Everyone has forgotten you are the crown princess. But because these people here are cursed, they still remember your title. It goes without saying that fairies and witches are also not affected. Come, princess, let me introduce you to the few boarders we have at the Merchant. Parfait beckons the servant girl over. Oh wait, she became... Which one is she? I wonder if I can tell by looking at her. Nope, definitely can't. This is Anise. She helps out the Merchant and does most of the cooking. I'm sure you understand why she's working here now. I believe she deserves an apology. Miss Dora? What are you talking about? Oh, she's not afflicted. Don't you worry, sweet little head over it. You don't remember what this ice princess did to you? Huh? I have nothing to apologize for. Clumsiness does not befit a palace maid. Only did what was necessary. Well, it's nice to meet you, Princess. I'm Anise Willow. I hope we get along. That's gonna become your best friend, man. Really? This is how you're going to start doing good? I don't believe I asked for your opinion. Please, you two, no fighting. I hold my tongue as Parfait leads me to two people whose faces are incredibly familiar. They are faces I've seen in the palace before. Okay, because I was literally wondering, like, familiar, where? This is Jareen Valiant and Garland Bilrot. How did you know? Both of you were in the Order of Caldera. That's right. They were two of Sir Alcaster's best knights. It was a big surprise when they both left a year ago. I only found out recently that it was because they acted against Sir Alcaster's orders. They were stripped of their titles and dishonorably discharged from service. What are you two doing here?
We help the fairies.
They and a niece are exceptions. We allow in this tavern without the curse. Jareen and Garland lend us their strength to help protect the margin. Protect? From the witches. They do anything to make sure their curses remain unbroken. And what about you?
I am an exception.
Also, I'm good. You keep forgetting the good parts. I remember, not all witches are evil.
Your curse is a test.
A test.
Originally, the wicked were cursed so that they could learn to change. Their curses were meant to teach them a lesson. I'm hoping your curse will teach you a lesson too, Ice Princess. I really am only trying to help you.
I don't need you to show me how to change. I just want my life back.
Well, to do that, you'll have to break your curse.
Try and make some friends, Princess. They might be able to help you break your curse.
Oh, I'd love to hang around and watch the princess try to be friendly.
We have work to do, Delora.
Fine. Try not to make any more enemies, Princess.
The instant Parfait and Delora leave the room, the temperature drops several degrees. Now that I am alone, I feel the cold stares return. Disgust. Contempt. As if I am the reason they are cursed and have to take refuge in the margin in the first place. Make friends? All I've ever had are my dolls. I've never needed friends. I will break this curse on my own. I was told it was rude to stare. One man suddenly stands up, the anger apparent on his face. His hands clench and unclench into fists as he glares at me pointedly. Jareen and Garland places themselves in front of me, shielding me from the man. You know the rules. What happens in the past stays in the past.
And no one is allowed to harm anyone else in the margin. If you cannot comply, you are no longer welcome here. No matter. The Ice Princess will get what's coming to her.
He throws one last glare in my way before sitting down again. Break the rules and you'll get what's coming to you. That goes for everyone here. Jareen's tone is cold and foreign. There is no doubt that she means what she says. So these are the great knights of the Order of Caldera. The margin begins to settle down and everyone eventually goes back to their conversations and meals. I walk towards an empty table, realizing that I am being deliberately ignored. I become immersed in my thoughts as I sit down. One thought, however, comes to me immediately. They hate me. They hate me somehow, when I've only ever loved the powers twice in my life. How did this happen? The only people who treated me with any respect were Anise, Jareen, and Garland. Is it because they cannot remember who I am? Maybe being the marching is not such a good idea. I doubt anyone here wants to help me break my curse. They'd probably rather see me suffer under its weight. 3 good deeds. How am I supposed to complete 3 when I not know if I can even accomplish 1?
Hey!
Hey, John. I look up to stare in shock at the beautiful lady from the toy shop. Her beauty still manages to take my breath away. What is she doing here? You. You were in the toy shop.
Were you Pinocchio?
Ah, yes, I was there picking up some items for a friend. I am humbled you still remember me. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Miss Karma. Your name is Karma? A suitable name for someone as beautiful as me, no? Karma, your narcissism is going to scare the princess away. Oh, you are that magic mission boy. Boy? Oh wow, appropriate. Boy. Call me that one more time and I'll ruin that pretty face of yours. What hit a lady? How savage. Anyways, I'm Walt Crestwool. I have the Neverland curse. Oh, Peter Pan! What about you, princess? What's your fairy tale curse? Does everyone share what their curse is? We talk about it freely in The Martian. The whole point is helping each other break our curses, after all. Hard to do that if we keep our fairy tales quiet. He pauses and narrows his eyes slightly. Well, some people keep their fairy tales a secret. He eyes Karma briefly, cocking an eyebrow. The smile never leaves Karma's face. Has anyone managed to break their curse? I've been told that a few have. A few? That's not very reassuring. Well, at least the curses can be broken. I cannot particularly say that reassures me either. What ails you, darling? Is it your curse? You can talk about it. Tell us what it is. Cinderella. Oh goodness, Cinderella. That explains the nature of your curse, only it's been reversed, hasn't it? Riches to rags. That's one way of putting it. Karma, you're not helping. You really are better off ignoring him, princess. He mostly speaks nonsense. He? Princess? Parfait takes me by surprise. I hadn't even noticed her entering the room again. May I speak with you?
Okay. We'll figure out what Parfait wants later. I am very hungry and I'm just done with recording. I've been recording for how long? I don't even know for how long. So I guess I'll see you the next time I record, which I have no clue when that's gonna be, but still stick around. I know I'm mostly talking to myself right now. I have absolutely 0 views. Nope, I have 1 view. 1 viewer. Yay. Anyway, stick around. Hopefully you can come back, support, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Later.